In our world, we often miss the chance to learn from those who could teach us much through their actions, words, and perspectives. God created a world filled with happiness, sadness, good and bad, humans, animals, and everything else. Yet we humans have reshaped it into something else. Imperialists in particular have a different vision. To them, the world can be simplified into a triangle. You'll notice this triangle in many of its symbols. They view the world as a triangle where, at the top, is the empire of good, and that's them. This empire represents prosperity, positivity, and happiness, all of which they believe they deserve and have the right to impose on others. They believe it's their duty to enforce their vision and way of life. During colonization, they came to our lands, claiming they discovered them, labeling us as savages and indigenous. They view themselves as having all the rights and believe the world should align with their perspective. Look at their movies. The villains are often portrayed as Russians, South Americans, Black people, or Arabs, reinforcing negative stereotypes. When it comes to economic views, we often dismiss Chinese products as mere cheap knockoffs. However, China has advanced technology and supplies that many countries rely on. They rebrand and resell these products to us. Everything from construction materials to everyday items often comes from China, despite what their propaganda suggests. To truly understand the current state of the world, we must delve into history. Look into the Tatars, Mongol conquests, and the Persian, Turkish, and Ottoman empires. Understanding their history reveals why the world operates as it does today. At the base of the triangle, there are two empires, the Empire of Evil and the Empire of Slaves. The Empire of Evil is seen as the enemy, and the Empire of Slaves is Africa. Some South Americans hold the view that Africa and its resources belong to them, and cannot fathom that Africans might rise up and challenge them. This stereotype portrays Africans as easy to manipulate and emotional, leading to internal conflicts. Communication has deeply affected our perceptions. For instance, mourning in our cultures was once symbolized by the color blue. However, we've been made to associate Black with mourning, mediocrity, and evil. This stereotype was implanted through imperialist communication, and it's something we need to overcome. We must recognize that the imperialists see themselves as the empire of good, view others as the empire of evil, and see us as the empire of slaves. This is how they perceive the world, and we need to be aware of it. Our intellectuals must educate our people about this perspective and raise awareness. Consider the Iraq War, a false pretext about weapons of mass destruction. The U.S. fabricated evidence and even the UN found no substantial proof. The destruction caused was part of a larger strategy. They created and later fought groups like the Islamic State and the Taliban, perpetuating chaos for their benefit. In Libya and the Sahel, they create turmoil to prevent any rival powers from emerging. This terrorism affects us deeply, with some people betraying their own for personal gain. We need to fight against these forces and not be swayed by false narratives. I want to share a personal story from 2015 in Timbuktu. While on security duty, we encountered individuals who, facing extreme violence from terrorists, wished for death rather than continued suffering. Their families were destroyed, and their lives ruined by these criminals. These armed drug dealers and terrorists, unfortunately, are not fighting for any cause but spreading chaos. In Burkina Faso, some villages have aligned with these terrorists, refusing cooperation. This is a critical issue, and we must be clear. Alliances with terrorists are unacceptable and must be fought. Today, we see some people falsely claiming they have better solutions for dealing with terrorists, trying to deceive the families of soldiers and veterans. It's crucial to recognize that imperialism's goal is to keep us in chaos and prevent us from building strong states. We must resist these imperialist tactics and focus on our own fight for independence and freedom. To address these challenges, we need to diagnose and tackle deep-rooted problems in Burkina Faso. We are working to unravel and remove harmful practices ingrained in our society. Our program is comprehensive, focusing on strengthening our defense and security. We have nearly doubled our armed forces and are actively recruiting new personnel to build a strong and resilient nation. We are committed to fighting for our future and will not be deterred by those who wish to undermine our efforts. Together, we will overcome these challenges and build a better, independent Burkina Faso.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to like the video, comment, and share with your friends.